Subscribe to the Donnie Houston podcast, man.
At 17, I caught my first like real case. Did an aggravated robbery type shit. That had a shooting, had a all that shit. The violent shit has always been my Achilles heel. You know, like hustling is one thing, but like active with pistols is like my fucking like I don't.
That's your yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, and I don't say that shit proudly, like, but it's you know, but and I when I was 18, I had a 10-year sentence. End up doing 7 years on that. So at the time when I get out,
wait. So 17, you catch the first case is aggravated robbery.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the one that gets you to 7, or
I get 10 years and do 7.
Yeah, so you're 10 for that one. Okay.
Yeah, and do 7.
Yeah.
You get out.
It's at 18.
Yeah.
7 at 18. Bam. 7 years later, come out.
7 years later,
So
come out. I feel I'm the best rapper. I say, you know, I'm the best. But now, you get out and you rapping, and then it's like, but I'm mostly trap. It's important to say this. I gotta always be when I get out of jail, when I get out of prison, my neighborhood, they had really got it together. They really was very well organized, you know, and so I was able to take advantage of my position in the neighborhood or whatever. It was already set up. I was able to get in, and you know, they had it running smooth. Got to give them their car. What would end up happening in 2008? The feds would end up taking everybody. But at that time when I got out, it was like really sweet. Everything was really sweet, and so I do that.
So you come home to good position in the streets.
I come home to a good position in the streets, and I come home at that time when I came home. I was in Dallas. So my best friend Sai, he was in Dallas, and from the hood and all that, and you know we was doing us in Dallas, but the neighborhood was like on fire. So we was able to be here and go to pass, and everything was beautiful, and you know, it was all gravy, bro. And then he ended up having an old Fed case. This is my best friend. He had an old Fed case, that came and got him. So I got out I get February '05, and I believe in May, he gets locked up for some old Fed shit. This is my best friend, which was good, actually, because I was able to do for him what he had done for me all the years I've been gone. That's the good thing about us. Anytime, one of us locked up, somebody is at least, I don't have that sad story of, I was in prison and my niggas didn't fuck with me. I don't have that story, so he for sure held me down. Definitely my brother G, he held me down, so I can't say, I'm not a sad story in that way. So like I say, he left, and so then I went back went back home, and we turned up, man, buying cars, you just caught up in it,
living lifestyle,
Monte Carlo, 24s, Chrysler 3, just
everything to make the laws come say what these niggas got going on.
Oh yeah, and then I wasn't even the word, you got to remember, as much as people be doing dumb shit, and the person that's doing it doesn't really understand how dumb it is. So I try to keep that in mind when I'm critiquing somebody, So in February 5th, 2007, Super Bowl Sunday, by 10:30, the drug task force kicked my door in.
You in there watching Super Bowl, having a party, all that shit?
I actually, no, Super Bowl was actually over, but they kicked my door in, man, and fucking, no knock warrant and all that shit. That no knock warrant shit, for as much as people talk about that shit, like it's like, we done got used to talking about it like, no knock warrant, they just kicked the door. Man, that shit scary as that shit ain't right, man. You could die with that I actually know somebody that shot a law and got shot by a law on a no knock warrant. That shit is, you already paranoid, you paranoid and all of that shit anyway.
You don't
And them
know what's
hoes
going on. Yeah.
man, you don't know what the fuck going on. These hoes done kicked the door in and
Did you have any
goddamn.
inclination at the time, like, man, they might be on you? Because you know what I'm saying.
I
Sometimes
used to
people
be
be.
paranoid like that at times. I used to just every so often I would get a streak of fucking paranoia. But then I was on tabs too. So, you know what I'm saying? So that shit was like all in the sauce. I used to get you on tabs, you woo, whatever you
So
know
Tab,
every
what you? So
so.
Tab's what you think? That was your.
Don't say that because it's already a lot of people that feel that way. Like at the time,
Yeah, no, at that
I
time,
used
no,
to
it's cool.
fuck
Yeah,
with
that was your tweet.
tabs
Yeah,
a little
yeah,
bit.
yeah.
I've never fucked with no hard drugs. I've had a drink phase. I sold wet. I never I
You
can't
never hit
say
the dip.
I can't say that I never have tried it, but I will tell you that that has never been no thing of mine. Never. I can say that. I've never did any other drug outside of that as far as me ingesting that shit. So in my tab, the first time I took a tab, I take a tab, and of course, like it was the euphoria of a tab. I thought that shit was dope, but then you start experiencing the downs of it. Your next days and all that shit. I had a cycle in my life of fucking with tabs. I didn't stay on the tabs. You know, I ain't know we were going. But
No,
I ain't
it's cool. The one,
let, let the rec- let the record show I had a cycle.
No, I ain't judging you,
God
bro.
damn.
The first time I took one, the shit hit, and I was like, yeah, nah, we not doing this no more. You know what
So
I'm
what
saying?
you said? Why didn't you stay down with it?
Because it was too live.
It was too loud.
It was too live, and I was like, I like this too much. I'm not gonna
I was
allow
fucking
myself.
depressed no excuses for doing drugs, but I was at the time, bro. Like I'm having the most money that I never had, and then um, I'm feeling like, damn, my best friend gone, and the music that I'm listening to is planting seeds of, your homie's not happy for you, all that kind of shit. So I believe that thoughts become things. I think that I was helping to bring forth the reality of partners not fucking with me, like, you know what I'm saying, or not happy for me as I. Everybody got their own shit. Ain't nobody really even thinking about you like that, but I'm thinking that shit, and I think the tabs helped me to deal with that shit at the time. But throughout everything, I was still fucking with music, and I still was able to put an album out. That the album really, 300 Reasons for War. I will say my first mixtape. If you can get past the sound, the dated sound of, because it sound dated to me. But if you listen to that shit, that's the way I felt. All that shit, like everything I said in that shit, that's the way I felt. I felt fucked up. I felt real fucked up at the time. And probably the best thing that had happened to me was Kiki blessing that shit.
Donnie Houston.